Okay, what's up, guys? How are you guys doing today? Welcome back. What is my... Okay. It disappeared, my MSF. John, and Evo Jose, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back. Another day of MSF. I just thought a way they could fix this overpowered situation. I'm gonna make a video about it tomorrow or so. Because yeah, they are not going back, but at least if they would adjust it just a little bit, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. So yeah, recruit Liberty, okay. Coming soon, Rally Cunt. Wow. That's exactly what we need, Rally Cunt. Training material, super deal. So every time they say this super deal bullshit, it's one of those pay to win events. Wow, this is wild. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you get one orb. You get one orb. How much you have to pay for this? How much you have to pay for that? I removed all my credit cards from Google Play. I'm officially free to play gamer. Awesome, man, awesome. Still boycotting MSF, yes. Still not spending a dime on MSF. I guess this is already like what, 2 months? The Malorian, welcome back. How are you doing today? This milestone looks pretty wild. Okay, since we are here, let's do the dailies. $20. No way. Is that real? Bartolomeo, welcome back. Stone Cold, how are you guys doing? Can I get the masteries for Zalgaria when you can? You have to pay $20. $20. Oh my god. Jose Herman, welcome back. Happy FMSF day. So the last 2 days I had not streamed. I've been thinking about ways to fix MSF. Like, bro, I have so many ideas. I could even introduce Overpowered without making Overpowered so scuffed like it is now. Because I kind of understand the point they're making about Alliance Wars, right? Alliance Wars requiring like 10,000 spreadsheets to play in Alliance Wars. I agree with that. It's trash. But imagine if Overpowered, it's based on the team or faction, rather than the character itself. So instead of having Overpowered on Old Man Logan, you have Overpowered for X-Men. If you have 3 or more X-Men, you get Overpowered. The more characters you have, the more overpowered you get. So for example, for a 50% damage and focus, you needed like the whole team to be X-Men. So this would lower the amount of theory crafted teams, and that would help in Alliance Wars. If you had less than 5 characters, if you had like 3 characters, then instead of getting the 50%, you'd get like 20% or something. So it would be a boost if you're using prescripted teams, right? And this would help. This would help quite a lot instead of the situation that we have going on right now. And this is why they canceled the moments. I think that was the biggest mistake they made, was canceling moments. That was really, really bad decision. Because you have Datacrons in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and Datacrons are controversial, but less controversial than this shit Overpowered. It's just so bad. Overpowered is just so bad. All the bad features other games have do not compare to Overpowered. It's just how bad it is. Apparently they lost 50k players once Overpowered went. Yes. And more people are still quitting. More people are still gonna quit. Stone Cold $20 for 600 gold mats plus the points for the milestone. Yeah, it's not great in my opinion. I switched to free to play too. Pointless to spend any money right now with Overpowered. Use it to buy all the passes. Yeah, it's it's a big deal. I really hope that the Krakens are spending like crazy because everyone else is gonna stop spending. Keith, welcome back. This is the first time in a long time that I legitimately preparing myself for this game to shut down. Feels like a yeah. I agree. David, that is complete BS. If overpowered was to help in war, they would apply it. I don't know, right? We were supposed to have overpowered in PvE. Do we have overpowered in Blitz? Yesterday I didn't have time to open the game. Do we have overpowered in Blitz now? No, we still don't have. So it's not on yet. They said it was going live on the 28th. It's the 30 already and it's still not on. If you want to try to fix MSF, get rid of Ryan and the current management. Is the raid pass worth $20? The battle pass in RSL Legends? I mean, in my opinion, all the battle passes are worth it because you get so much stuff. Like if you like to craft, not everyone likes to craft. Not everyone likes to craft. If you complete all these weekly missions for these extra steel bars, it's great. And so the set is not that good. It's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. Like the set is not terrible because it's a 2-piece set, right? So you can get 30% defense and 45% less damage from AoE. This is not bad. It's not a bad set. The problem is that it depends on your roster. If you have a character, for example, like the new legendary, for example, this guy or this girl, they benefit a lot of defensive stats, especially her because she's ally protector. So in those characters, yeah, it's great. For other ones, it's not as great, but I'm gonna tell you something very, very simple, is that when you craft these materials, you get so much silver in return. You're gonna get millions and millions of silver in return. So you are getting a ton of stuff plus the millions and millions of silver. You're gonna get the glyphs, 5-star glyphs, very important. You already have more silver for you to obtain. You have all this shit that also helps you to craft better gear. You have a bunch of rings. I don't know which set is this with a snake. So I'm not sure if it's a good set or not. But you're getting a 6 stars epic. You are getting these things. These things, new players might not use it often, but it's very, very helpful. If you have, for example, a piece of gear that has like 3 times resistance, you can use one of these and reroll that 3 times resistance into 3 times crit damage or 3 times speed. So here we have a legendary with this snake set. You have here more gear already crafted. XP boost. You also get a re-gear boost as well, I think. Here, this is to rework the rings and amulets and so on. And then you get like a big boost of mythical gear, right? So what you're getting here, it's the last day. I mean, it's up to you. It has decent value, but it's better if you have the characters that benefit out of this set. I bought it already, as you guys can see. For me, it made sense. How much pay to win RSL Legends is right now? Less than MSF. I'm gonna be very, very honest. I'm spending probably half or less than I was spending in MSF per month. Much less than half. Like you don't even have to buy like most of the things. I just like to complete these events and whatever else. But for example, I'm about to get the 4 stars of this soul. Could I have obtained these without spending? Yes. Yeah, probably yes. But like, and there are very few things that you should buy, like energy packs. Energy packs are great. But beyond that, you shouldn't buy anything. There are, like, if you like to gamble, you can buy these. It's not bad, but this is the wrong. Sorry, I'm not showing. So this is not the correct price. If you are buying in US dollars, it's cheaper. If you like to gamble, go ahead. I would not recommend. But every month there is like every month you have a $30 offer that has 1,000 energy, 800 crystals, and some silver, and also some shards. So yeah, sure. I think you can get some decent offers with $50 or so throughout the month. Like I said, I'm spending way less than I was spending in MSF, and I feel like I'm getting value. That's the thing. In MSF, you spend and you feel like you have no value, and that's something that is also frustrating. And the worst part is that in MSF, if you get, for example, 100 shards on a character, after 1 month or so, the value of the shards drop quite a lot. But of course, one is way more similar to gambling than the other one because it's a gacha game, right? It's a gacha game. Thoughts on Quasar and the Thunderbolts design? So I'm not super fan of the design of Quasar. I think he looks way too aggressive. I think they made it based on T-Dub, to be honest. He looks way too much like T-Dub. Before this guy came out, I was checking out the comics about him, just the origin story and whatever else. His face didn't look like this aggressive. And the backstory that he had to prove himself to his father and so on, it doesn't seem like to be with someone with such an aggressive face. So, yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not a big fan of his face. I think the design looks cool overall, but yeah, we'll see. I heard that his multipliers, like the multipliers of the special and so on, that are not great. The base stats isn't if you buy a full gear set. Oh yeah, I mean that's true. Yes, yes, Stone Cold. Yes, okay, sure. Yeah, okay. Yes, that's true, right? Where they sell these packs? Yeah, so here they are selling 30. They are selling a gear set for $30. So yeah, if you compare the battle pass to a gear set, you are literally getting multiple gear sets for free. And so the other value of the battle passes, and this is something that you should do, is to save for clan versus clan, right? You are getting all these crafting materials, all this junk, and when there is a clan versus clan, especially the next one, the next clan versus clan is going to be, your points matter more to yourself. You're going to get rewards based on your own progress rather than the progress of the entire clan. So because of that, if you save all this gear, you can see right here, this 700, this is massive. On last clan versus clan, I got tons and tons of points because of this. And once again, you are getting good gear and a lot of silver. So you can save all of these materials, and after on the clan versus clan, you come to the forge and you craft these. I remember I crafted like 200 pieces of gear or so, gave me a ton of points, gave the clan also points, and then you could save some of the pieces and sell everything else for silver after, or save some of the pieces to gear up, to level up the gear when you have those artifact gearing up events. For example, this one that I already finished, gear enhancement event. So in these events, you get more points if you are crafting like 6 stars. So you can see right here, if you are leveling up a 6-star, you get all these points, right? 340, 405, 418 points. So you can use that crafted gear from the battle passes also just specifically for this type of events. Got Banks, what's up, Got Banks? Welcome back. I am. I'm tired. I can't even speak. Is my alliance still recruiting? Yes. Yes, my alliance is still recruiting. I mean, I'm not actively recruiting. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I've had zero time, zero time. Erna Milky, she asked me to go to her house yesterday, and I was there. I came back home like 2 hours ago or three. I went to the supermarket because I had nothing to eat, and I'm tired AF. I was interrupted by a MSF commercial. Really? I never got the MSF commercial. The only time I saw MSF commercial was on Rumble. And I was on Rumble like one time last year or something. I have never seen anything like that. Passing Wind, welcome to Wife Swap. Never heard about that. Johnny Bravo with a cape. Yikes. In terms of the Thunderbolt guys, like this guy looks like the Invincibles or whatever is that cartoon show, or like some Burger King superhero. I don't understand the physics of his cape. It makes absolute no sense. I'm interested that I like the fact that they made the original model for him. I don't think we have any other character that is thick like him. Or maybe there is a bulkier version of Captain Britain. It might be the case. But this really triggers me. What's up with this cape? Why is just on one side? I'm getting very triggered with this cape. I mentioned it before. I keep mentioning. Songbird, I thought that she was going to be a mutant. Super disappointed about that. At least dual tag mutant and bio. So that's lame AF. I think she looks okay. A little bit too thick as well. It seems like we are going through a Marvel Thick Force phase where all the women are unnecessarily thick. And I think she looks good, but she reminds me of some celebrity. She reminds me of some celebrity, especially with that mouth. What was that girl that there was some actress that was very popular because she was drunk all the time or something? Can't remember her name. I like the design and the weapons and whatever else. I think she looks cool. But again, looks a little bit weird. Marvel Trash Force says Sith Emperor. A screenshot. Free to play, not Google. How are you doing? Welcome back. I'm doing okay. I get a lot of MSF commercials. I get a ton of Raid Shadow Legends commercials. Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. I'm getting MSF, Raid Shadow Legends commercials. This is Safety Blanket. Oh my god. Safety Blanket. How are you doing, Shastin? Yeah, I don't get any commercials on MSF. You aren't spending enough? Oh, yeah, there you go. The only reason your alliance is still around. Oh my god. Yeah, she looks okay. Her face looks a little bit like my sister, to be honest. Not too much, a little bit. It is the same people that run Marvel Strike Force and start. Yes, yes, no. So again, we talk about Scopely, but we say it wrong. It's not Scopely, it's Boundless. Boundless deals with MSF. Star Trek Fleet Commander, I actually have no idea. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. Digit Game Studios, published by Scopely. Okay. So what matters is the developer's name. So the developer's name is Digit Game Studios. And for Marvel Strike Force is Boundless. No, no, no. I'm wondering if there is any other game that Boundless works on, or if it's just MSF. Studio. Boundless by Scopely. Boundless Entertainment. Entertainment. I'm just wondering if they have like any other game. Something that would explain why MSF sucks so hard. Boundless Entertainment, a Scopely studio. Games. Marvel Strike Force. It's the only game they have. It's the only game they have. Bro, you only have one game, and this is what. Oh my god. Yo. Yo, 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 yo. Bro, come on. Come on. What are you doing? Oh my god. The Songbird got assists? I don't know, man. Like, she's pretty flat. Someone said it last stream, and I agree. They dropped all the waifu points on Emma Frost, and since then, no more waifu points. If you look at Silver Sable, flat, flat. If you look at Victoria Hand, flat, flat. So they literally spent all the waifu points. Look at this girl as well. Flat, flat. Is there any new character? Maybe Lilandra? Okay, Lilandra has some assets. Nothing too crazy. But yeah. Marvel Flat Force. No, I think I was thinking about Lindsay Lohan or something. What was her name? Something like that. It feels like we have a lot of lies recently, especially around Xavier. Race 2 with 0 Gear T20 being given out. It was only 15 days. I think that's... I don't know what to say, man. I can try to come up with excuses for them. I just don't think they deserve it, right? Countdown to Cataclysm. So we still have this Cataclysm event coming, right? They took the Gear Tier 20 away. It seems like they're also taking the Gear Tier 19 away as well. Some people were saying that a lot of Gear Tier 19 was also missing. So, Danzu, welcome back, Danzu. Being honest, Boundless doesn't work on MSF. Gear Tier 19 feels very sucked back. I mean, maybe they are doing that to try to increase the value of the gear, right? When you have too much in the economy, then you have inflation. So maybe they're pushing it back. Or maybe it's because of the new store. Maybe it's because of the new store. Either way, doesn't feels good until we see that that new store. Check CC room 2 rules. Do we have new rules again? Come on, man. No more CC. Why is that? What? Why did they reset already the results? Oh my god, why are they resetting the results so fast? Laser blast, okay. Gain 50% barrier on spawn barrier for 100%. On death of an ally. On spawn coyotes, on spawn spill body. On spawn coyotes, on spawn speed body will trigger additional time. Oh my god, they are this lazy. They didn't fix it, they just add it. Oh my god. That's so ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. I don't understand what this company is doing. I don't understand what this company is doing. I honestly do not understand. Why they changed the? Why did they clear the results already? I didn't have a single day to check the results. Like, come on, man. It's Wednesday. Why did they clear the results already? Yeah. Now it's not a bug. Now it's not a bug. Now it's a feature. Yeah. Now it's a feature. Oh man. I don't know what else to say. Like, I think the game still has some future, but before you guys came, I was talking about overpowered and how to fix it. I think if the overpowered was based on a team rather than characters, for example, instead of overpowered, of course, do something like Datacrons, right? This would fix this would kill two birds with one stone. You'd improve the Alliance War situation where you have way too many counters, and at the same time, you'd give the boost to the stats that they want the Krakens to have, right? So imagine that instead of overpowered, we have something like Datacrons. What is the Datacrons? Datacrons is what Moments was supposed to be, which is a buff for the entire team. So imagine that depending on the number of X-Men characters you have, you're gonna have a bigger boost, you're gonna have a bigger overpowered, but it's for the entire team rather than just being one character. So if you have 5 characters, you have the boost of 50% damage, 50% focus. If you have 5 X-Men characters. But if you don't have these, if you only have 3 characters, you'd still have a boost, but a smaller boost. And this is what you have in Raid Shadow Legends. And I apologize bringing Raid Shadow Legends. I know that some people get triggered. But I just want you to see the system that Raid Shadow Legends has, because it's something that it could fix 2 or 3 birds with one stone in MSF, and this would be a mix between Raid Shadow Legends and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So for example here, this guy right here, so this is called a faction leader. So a faction leader is a hybrid between a character and a Datacron. And MSF, in my opinion, MSF should have Datacrons. MSF should have mods, all those things. So for example, on this guy, you have this ability, right? So when you have a character that is of the same faction, which is Ogrim Tribes, you're gonna get 30% more speed to your allies. Again, we are promoting prescripted teams or prescripted setups, while at the same time we still have space for some flexibility. So if you have one guy, you're gonna get to speed up to your characters. If you have 2 guys, X-Men or Avengers or Sinister Six, decreases the cooldown of all debuffs by 2, increase the cooldown of all debuffs by 2, and decrease the cooldowns of all debuffs on your characters by 2 as well. Are you gonna tell me that this in Marvel Strike Force would not be amazing? If we had, once again, or Datacrons, in my opinion, the best would be Datacrons or Moments or anything. Depending on the number of X-Men characters you have, or Avenger characters, or Power Armor, or Sinister Six, or whatever faction you are talking about, the more characters you add, the more value your team would have. Again, you still have the power of the Datacrons, but instead of being to one specific character, it would be for the entire team. And once again, this would reduce the amount of spreadsheets with counters that you need for Alliance Wars and Cosmic Crucible and so on. I'm not sure. To me, it sounds very legit. So once again, a hybrid between RSL Legends and the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I don't know. Call me crazy, but for me, it sounds very applicable to Marvel Strike Force. But maybe I'm crazy. Okay, let's see. Jutsi, welcome back. Soner, welcome back, guys. Justin, welcome back. I mean, they probably decided it's cheaper to add that line. Yes, yeah, I guess that's the case. I'm questioning more and more. The best part is that she does have ping twice as well. So it's like, are you gonna be forced to use Kaori there? Is Kaori there the only way? I thought this bug was on room 4 because that's the room where she gets lower cooldowns, right? So is it better to have Kaori on 2 or Kaori on 4? So bugs turned into features here at MSF, yeah. Why to fix bugs when you can just change the room rules with text? This game is sinking ship, just a matter of time, says David. Justin, Sassy said in Dork's chat, remove 9.5 added stats, make it require Gear T20 promotion to remove overpowered. So the 19.5, it was just a way for them to cash in on the uniques. I saw a Mobile Gamer's video recently that he has no uniques, and that was to be expected because that's what they wanted. It was for people to struggle with these uniques and to buy more offers. So that's the reason behind the 19.5. Each character can give 10% additional stats up to 50%. So for me, I would make it like a gap. That, for example, if you have 3 characters, you get like 15% or so. But even the more you add, you get a bigger boost. So that's what I said day 1. Okay, there you go. Similar ideas. That seems more than a fair fix. How to fix overpowered, just remove it. I mean, removing it would be great. And the stupidest part is that they're not even monetizing the overpowered. Like, they didn't bring moments. We don't have mods. You don't have datacrons. We don't have anything. And they're not doing any money. Like, the big brain idea to make money is to make these like more rare. It's so idiotic. Danzu, I propose a drinking game. Every time you mention RSL Legends, I drink. Admiral Gunnar, welcome back. This is MSF only channel. On YouTube, yes. On Twitch, no. On Twitch, just as my name, so anything goes. I have never seen anyone fix a bird with a stone. Sometimes you can fix it. Fix it to your dinner table. I think that will be fine. I've suggested stuff like it for defense. Yeah. For defense and for offense as well. Like, as far as I know, in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the datacrons work in both ways. Chris Butcher, welcome back. Comcase, welcome back, guys. Chi-Town Citizen, how are you doing today? The bunch of people in the meeting said overpowered is way better. Yikes. Boundless Lives do not want to work. How good are each Thunderbolt characters? I have no idea. I have not read their kits. We can read the kits together. I have not read the kits yet. So they officially got rid of the month-long events. Yes, I think that's the case. Now you're gonna have month-long events, but it's in the command center. Supposedly. I have to finish my dailies. She keeps getting 6 turns in a row. Only used Kaori in 2 for the entire season. Yeah, but I mean, the problem with Kaori on 2, can't Immortal clap her in that room anyway? I thought she would be clapped by Immortal either way. They need the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. They would get so much backlash. Yeah. I think so. I think our community, in the past, it was way worse than it is now. I think all the people that would nerd rage over this have left already. Because the behavior of Marvel Strike Force is so toxic. I mean, what else can you say about it? It's just toxic. Toxic. On offense, Kaori is better. They're going to make a ton of money with the new purple ISO. What hell is there are no rewards this week? Yeah. All that stuff is gone. Now you have the command center bullshit. I mean, I still have to battle in raids, right? Battle in raids and spend credits. I didn't have time to play MSF. I just logged in now from the past 2 days. I logged in for like 10 seconds yesterday just to don't lose the login streak. There are so many tricks, but generic answers. Ready green, that works both ways. Sometimes one are more defensive on the factions you roll on your level 6, but yeah. So would you guys prefer like Datacrons? Datacrons, they were extremely unpopular in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I follow like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content. They were extremely unpopular. But compared to overpowered, like bro, overpowered is terrible. It's just that's just the way it is. There is no way to sugarcoat it. Compared to Datacrons, overpowered is like 10 times worse. DJ NX level. Quick question: does anyone, if the new Thunderbolt characters will have their raid bonuses active? No one knows. No one knows, as far as I know. I guess I could try to data mine it, but I'm too lazy for that. New Purple Eyes Await will be added. Yeah, for sure. The new Purple Eyes Await in 2 months will be here. Oh, before the next legendary, for sure they will drop the new Eyes Await bullshit. I don't think so. The Vigilante was hard-coded. So it was hard-coded for Vigilante and Liberty. Oh man, that's really terrible. Yeah, it's true. They have different origins. Yeah, that makes sense. So I mean that's the way Scopely forces you to build those characters, right? That's the way they force you to build up those characters. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna build them, to be honest. I do not like that team. I think that team is hot garbage. Arctic Circle disappeared from top 100. We have not been top 100 in what? In power or TCP or what? We have not been top 100 in raids in a while. I mean, for what? in war. We have not been top 100 in war for a long time. We have a very bad MMR. We were very close to diamond, and our MMR got crazy, and that's why we changed time zones. But even with the changing time zones, our MMR is too bullshit. Skill. Can they beat the skill rates at difficulty 2? I still don't have the monkey, so probably not, right? Difficulty 2, like, if these guys lose on difficulty 2, like, oh my god. Just uninstall. Oh my god, on difficulty 2! Was this difficulty what? What difficulty was this? Did I not change the difficulty? I'm sure I changed the difficulty, no? It was 5. What? I feel like I changed it. Okay, I'll try again. I will heal them up. We'll make it fair. We'll heal them up. At least they fixed the bug, the bug, right? At least they fixed the bug that after you sack, you can use Spider Society. Jackie Boo, welcome back. How are you doing today? They suck without a full team. But yeah, this is why they should implement something like Datacrons. Just to make sure that, yeah, sure. If they have a full team and they have extra buffs, like extra damage or extra speed or extra anything, I think nowadays a lot of people were afraid of mods coming to Marvel Strike Force because of the extra speed bar and all those things. But now we have so many characters that stop speed bar. We have so many characters that stop speed. What would be the point or the problem with having Datacrons or mods in MSF? I don't think there would be any problem with that. Okay, what difficulty is this? Okay, difficulty 2. Come on, dude. Don't make me look bad. Let's bring the Black Knight. Black Knight at 1 HP, great. Difficulty 2, come on, guys. I think Black Knight alone can solo at difficulty 2, to be honest. Oh, okay, wow. They work on our difficulty 2. Awesome. Wow, unbelievable. This is amazing. It blows my mind. Mr. Wayne, what's up? Welcome back. How are you doing today? I have 70k power cores free to play, 0 cents spent. And now you can pretty much get all the characters for free for the next year. You guys are crazy with those power cores. Hardly get above 1000. Yeah, my problem, I spend way too much refreshing stores. I spend like thousands easily refreshing stores. Quick question. How to beat bio in chaotic raids, difficulty 4 or 5? You suck. JD Rude with a follow and Chris with a follow. Welcome to the chat, guys. The way to beat it, the way I do it, you sack it with a trash team and then you go with symbiotes and super scroll. Or you do it at a lower difficulty. But I usually just... Nowadays you get extra energy. They lower the timer on the energy. So now you can do more nodes. Even if you have to double tap 1 or 2 sections. Shastin, we have so many characters that stop speed and yet the game feels fast as it has ever been. Yeah, I guess. But does it feel fast because of overpowered or fast because of the speed of the characters? For me, I feel like the game is very fast because of overpowered. like 2 days ago, right? The enemy blade, the entire team was almost dead. The entire team was almost dead, and then the enemy blade, out of nothing, or it was Agatha. I don't remember if it was Blade or Agatha. They do one ultimate, boom! My entire team obliterated. We just one attack, and I'm like, bro, one attack, that's it. Like I say, like the game takes longer to load than it takes for you to win or lose matches, and that's the overpowered bullshit. That's why they should fix it. I sim difficulty 5 with full vigilante is no problem. Yeah, I still don't have the monkey. Need to get those monkeys. I thought my parkours were bad. Yeah, I spent all my parkours on this vigilante trash. We have a guy with 3 diamond Punisher and Electra. Autos difficulty 5. Yeah. So usually what I do is you just use like some trash bio characters like Black Bolt, something like that. You just use some trash bio characters, and then you go with symbiotes and super scroll, and you'll be fine. Can't imagine how raids. Yeah. I don't want to. I was expecting Overpowered to show up. We were here on Monday. They said Overpowered would come to PvE on 28. 28 of which month? April, May, June. It's still not there. I mean, it's there. It's just not active. Brent Lena with a follow. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, the monkey is the best character on that team, to be honest. Yeah. Do you count for the drops? Yes. Anyone that is streaming Marvel Strike Force, if it says on the under the stream, you have the title of the stream. If it has the logo of Marvel Strike Force, anyone counts for the Twitch drops. Even if I'm playing something else, but it has that banner on under the title, it still counts. As long as you don't have the stream on mute. If the stream is on mute, it will not count. So watch out for that. What you can do on your PC, not on your phone, but on your PC, you can mute the tab and just leave the stream open without being muted. If you do that, it also works. Okay, what am I going to buy today? We're gonna buy this ginger waifu, yes? Ginger waifu, please. We're gonna buy the potato. Let's buy some potatoes. And we're not gonna call this one waifu because otherwise FBI will tell me to open the door and I will reject. Quarterlizer, welcome back. How are you doing today? Angel, where are you in Professor X campaign? I'm not anywhere. I'm not even trying to do that. I'm patiently awaiting for future updates. I'm getting the gear, don't get me wrong, I'm getting the gear, but I'm not in a rush to get it. Okay, let's see if we can get some parkours. I need parkours. I need my monkey now. Banana now. Wow, look at that. She's already 4 stars. This is what I say, like, spending money on Marvel Strike Force, it makes no sense because the value of the shards devalues so fast. Okay, so that gives us a bunch of parkours. Let's get some energy as well. And that should be the last amount of parkours we need. It sucks that the next team is also a raid team. Back-to-back raid team is like the... It's not great. That's another thing that Marvel Strike Force needs to copy from Rachel Legends is faction wars. So for each faction, you have like this mega challenge and something that you cannot complete, right? Something you cannot complete. Mobile Gamer said this many times. You get something that you cannot complete, but in the future with better gear or some reworks or something like that, then finally you can complete it. And you'd have that for X-Men, for Avengers, for Power Armor, whatever else, those factions. Yay, look at that, training materials. I feel bad for the people that don't have training materials because I swim on training materials. But I really feel bad that Scopely makes so much pressure on these bullshit events for you to get baited and spend money or something like that. The fact that they're giving one orb and then you have to spend $20 for the rest of the training materials, it's like the scummiest BS ever. Absolute BS that they are doing to the player base. Daniel, welcome back, Daniel. I think Sable is better than Monkey. I'm here for the training mats. Oh, there you go. For Global Hero section, will this team work? New Emma, Peggy Carter, Patriot, Joaquin, Hank Pym. I mean, I'm not sure. Alt, not Google. Thanks for the follow. I convinced you to play Rachel Legends. I hope you enjoy. I'm enjoying, and that's why I'm promoting it. I don't promote because I get paid. I promote because I'm enjoying the game. You don't get, believe me, you don't get level 56. You don't get level 56 in 2 months if you don't enjoy the game. You can see my login calendar. I have literally 2 months and 4 days. 2 months, 4 days. And you can see that I'm completing all the events. So this comes because I'm really, really enjoying the game. Some people think it's too grindy. It's a personal choice, right? If you like it, it's okay. You can put it on your tablet or on your phone or on your PC, doing in the background. But at least you have something to do. At least you have something to do. In MSF, it's the opposite. You log in just so you don't lose the login streak. But apart from that, why not buy Teal Gear? Better than Ultimus Food. I don't need Teal Gear. I don't need Teal Gear. I don't need training materials. I don't need even Crimson Gear. Gear Tier 19. Like, what am I going to do with Teal Gear? Look at this. 3,000 of the mini uniques. And I have not spent in 2 months. Since I started playing MSF, I have not spent. Since I started playing Raid, I no longer spend on MSF. It doesn't make sense to spend on MSF. It feels like your stuff is devalued. Okay, let's get that monkey. Is this a monkey orb? Okay, 0 monkey shards. Great. Yay. Okay, here we go. Big pool. It's a green. Wow, it's a 6. Look at that. Who let the monkeys out? He's eating the banana. Okay, let's go. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Uses Gravitonium, really. Oh no, the game is gonna crash. Did you get... did you at least get 2 red on Professor... Yes, I have 2 red on Professor X. Yes, yes. Now it's possible to get gear events. Now it's impossible to get gear. These events are ass. I'm stuck preparing for Global Hero. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I think, once again, that they are just devaluing. They are just trying to increase the value of the gear 19 and 20 by removing it from everywhere. I don't know if you know, but Apocalypse Ultimate 100% speed bar is bugged in Arena despite of no glad. Really, John? I didn't know about that. I used that team and it was not fun experience. Took me roughly 100 resets over a few days to have to resist a stun and then ability block during the first. Ooh, that sounds terrible, Bush. Thanks for sharing the experience. Watch, they will do the same vigilante shit. They have. Oh yeah, for sure. They will do something like that. Yeah. That training mat event is the biggest insult. Yes, yeah. I agree with that. To give literally one orb, they are giving you one orb and then they are selling you a ton of training materials. It's absolutely insane. Sam would perform better. The Hank clone was. Oh yeah, Hank clone. No way. You cannot let. You cannot let Hank to be cloned. Otherwise, he's going to heal up all the enemies by 50%. That's gonna be extremely hard to deal with, for sure. Millionaire from RSL Legends? No way. They don't pay that. They pay a little bit, but not that much. The only way MSF starts being in a good state is if people stop spending money. This way, the devs. I'm not even sure if you stop spending, I don't think it will matter, because in the Scopely's mind or in Boundless mind, the only money that matters is the money from the Krakens. Do you see that this is all bugged out? Do you see the kits are showing up as I... What the hell is going on here? I don't understand what's going on. Seems like there is some bug with the kit description. Let's... Oh, look at this. It doesn't do anything with the basic. Look at this. It doesn't do anything. Oh, look at this. What is this bullshit? What is it? Are they hiding the abilities of the characters? They're hiding the abilities of the characters, so you have to spend the T4s or what? Look at this. It's not there. It's what? What is this bullshit? This is such a scam. So now you have to spend so you can see the next level of the ability. Is this for the awakened abilities? To force you... Look at this. It's not there. Only after you spend... Wow, so this is to force you to spend T4s. This is to force you to spend T4s when you have awakened abilities. This is absolute trash. Come on, man. Like, this game is... this game is really on the next level. Gear is still better than maxed tune shards. You will always... Yeah, David. Yeah, but I think now they are going to stop giving shards. They're gonna stop giving gear away. Imagine if now they cut all the gear, and you can only get gear from the raids. That's gonna be really terrible. Purple ISO 8. Purple ISO 8 also harder to get as well. I mean, that's going to increase the value of the store, right? Maybe they are trying to increase the value of the Battle World store. I think that makes sense. And then you have this bullshit. What is this? Something that covers your entire screen. And you cannot even click away. They make it so big you cannot even click it away. You have to only exit out. Jean Grey instead of Hank. No, no problem, Mario Silva. That's why I went with Hank. Obviously doable since I completed it. Okay, there you go. It's a bug. I don't think it's a bug. I think it's a feature. I think it's a feature. That's just their new way of scamming people. Force you to spend the T4s, so after you can see what the awakened abilities do. Krakens would need to stop spending too. One Kraken, yeah, exactly. One Kraken spends so much that it doesn't matter. So I would consider myself a dolphin, right? So what a dolphin spends? A dolphin spends around $200 per month. The dolphin range is between $50 to $200 a month. Between $2 a month to $500 a month, that's a while. I mean, I'm not even sure if it's a while. That's like, and then you have the Krakens. The Krakens are people that spend thousands a month, right? The problem is that one Kraken, he spends so much that he covers like for 50 dolphins or something. If I'm spending 200 a month and someone is spending 3,000, 2,000, 3,000, something like that, then of course that Scopely doesn't care about me. Who cares? The next tier abilities they show for you. Imagine relying on alliance mates to get gear. The new battle world with yeah, that would be something interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure. They are clearly doing something. Maybe they want you to get only Crimson gear from the battle passes, because everyone was saying that the battle pass has no value, and it's true. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's what they want to do. Or maybe just from the raids. But what I don't understand is why they don't update these. Why the raid season rewards, they were updated like last year or something. They were updated last year. It's still gear tier 19. Why? That's why it makes no sense to be competitive in Marvel Strike Force. What's the point? The raid season rewards, they are irrelevant. I just buy the battle pass, so I'm a sardine. Yeah, sardine no carapau. We told him, yeah, Shuti, like I believe. Like it makes no sense. I just would like to know, is it laziness? They don't have enough people? Were you at their headquarters? They have like what, 10 people working there or something? It's just strange. If like people would spend more money if the game was more competitive. So maybe they are trying to fix the economy, and after they fix the economy, they can make the raid milestones and the alliance milestones more important. But right now it's really not cutting it. Hello Renji, welcome to the chat. This is why I mass hoard. I rather wait for spenders to pay to beta test than I use my resources. Yeah, I would strongly recommend that. Coralizer, Victoria's Hand kit is so good. Shield Synergy. I have no idea about their kit. I have not read their kits yet. They are losing money by not having things. Dolphins. Yeah, but again, there is nothing to buy. You could buy, you probably, so let me think about it. So if I was a smart dolphin, where would I spend? If you want to be a smart dolphin, if you really want to get ahead in Marvel Strike Force, you'd spend on the leaderboard events. Spending $50 on the leaderboard events is much, much better than spending on battle passes. So if you're a veteran player, if you have like a nice amount of gold stocked, if you have like 100 million gold, if you have like 5,000 training materials or so, if you have enough at least for 3 characters, you should not spend money on new characters or battle passes. That's a big mistake. Those two things, battle pass is not so bad, but new characters, terrible. Because the value of the shards, it devalues so fast. What you should spend your money on, if you're gonna spend $20 or $50 or whatever, is on the leaderboard events. Because let's be honest, those are the only events that really matter. These events right here, if you have $50 to spend, this is where you want to spend. Because this is where you're gonna get all the gear tier 20 gear, right? Look at this, like getting top 2000, it's like spending $20 on these events. $20 or so. And this is gonna net you enough gear for like what, 3 pieces, 4 pieces? I don't even know. A ton of pieces. So if you are a spender and if you want to catch up, start spending on these events. Stop spending on the battle pass. Stop spending on character releases. Just spend 20, 30, up to $50. You're gonna see that you're gonna be able to easily get top 1000 on these leaderboards, and that's really where you're gonna get the value from the game. Gil Baladas, I'm probably a shrimp. Shrimp, also known as prune. What's the difference between a prune and a shrimp? Nope, emo, they are losing money by not having... I agree, 100%, I agree. I was not. I was at home with your newborn. Awesome, man, congratulations. I think your newborn born around the same time mine as well. Mine is from April. Is your... I think yours is after April, right? Like June or something. I'm not a dolphin or a whale. Narwhal. Yikes. I don't have Xavier team. I have put 0 thoughts on Xavier team. I'm waiting for new characters to take there. I'm probably gonna take Liberty because I enjoy Liberty, but I'm gonna wait until they are farmable, which I guess it will not take that long. Nope, that's what I did. Hadn't spent in weeks, but went for the monkey business because of all the mutant gear. How much is 150k cores worth in real money, according to Scopely? I think it's $100 for 150k orbs divided by 8,500. So that's around $1,700. Isolate for Silver Sable. Raider or Striker? I think she's a nice Striker, but you probably want to use her as a Raider. I said switch it between Raider and Striker for Sable. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, Liberty is now in orbs, yes. But next week, I don't even know anymore. So now since they changed the events, we might no longer be able to get those crazy orbs that give a lot of character shards for the teams. Yeah, now it might be the case. Shadow Orb, what is this? Yeah, so something like Shadow Orb or Primate Orb. Yeah, this one already gives gear. Yeah, so this one already gives shards for Liberty. So what's gonna happen now? You're gonna have more and more events that give orbs like these. So even that they are not farmable yet, they're on bumps, you are still gonna be able to get them quite fast. But I'm not sure if the new event will support that. We'll see. There are a lot of things changing, so we'll have to wait and see what's gonna happen with this new command center nonsense. Okay, 5 minutes. But yeah, from the teams that have been released, this is the thing about the Professor X trials. Why I'm not a fan is that everyone is going to use the same characters. Everyone is going to use Silver Sable, everyone is going to use Blade, everyone is going to use Oath, and then or use Hit Monkey and Punisher, or use Hit Monkey and Daredevil. There is no real flexibility. It would be way more interesting if you could take any character there. Spider Society or Sinister Six or anything. Like Dark Dimension used to be. Dark Dimension back in the day, it was a lot of fun. You could take literally any character. One time for Dark Dimension 3 or Dark Dimension 4, I don't remember. I think it was Dark Dimension 4. I went with Hawkeye, Captain America, and Black Widow because it was just so strong to have them together. You had the speed up all the time, you had the rewind all the time, you had the energy all the time, defense up all the time, and then Hawkeye would apply slow and blind to them. So the enemies would have slow and you'd have constant speed up. And turn rewind. You took Green Goblin Classic? Yeah. So that's the thing. Is Victoria skill or is she just bio? I'm telling you, like, I honestly didn't even read the kits of these characters. Is she just bio? No, she's bio and tech. Okay, that's great. So you could possibly take her. Because we have a lot of tech here and no characters to take, right? The most we have is skill gear, but after skill is Mystic. And then you can take mutants and tech. I made it through, but it was brutal. Oh, yikes. And Green Goblin Classic is a great character. The problem is that he has no health. Those outdated stats. So this is another thing that MSF can no longer do. They need to stop with this bullshit of doing a full reset of the stats. You're like, you cannot have a jump like we had with Captain Britain. From Captain Britain to Ares, they can no longer do that. If they're gonna keep this overpowered nonsense, which they shouldn't, plus the stats resetting every 3 years or so, again, it's just devaluing your investment. Danzo, get ready to drink. Get ready to drink, Danzo. And I'm saying this because when you compare to Raid Shadow Legends, your characters, they do not devalue. The stats, they do not devalue. It's crazy. It's crazy that the difference between one game and another. You put gear tier 20 on a character, and the next year they bump up the stats of everyone else up, and that character you invested now is garbage. Like what they did with Liberty, or sorry, not Liberty, Illuminati. What they did with Illuminati, a $300 unlock followed by a stats reset, that's 100% bullshit. That's 100% bullshit. That's the kind of devaluing of your roster that it's unacceptable. Really unacceptable. Can Professor X be done without Blade and Oath? I mean, it can, but Blade and Oath are like top 10 mystic characters in the game. So why would you not invest on them? Blade and Oath are for sure top 10 mystic characters in the game. At least Blade is, and Oath is not far behind. Apart from the mythicals, right? Mythicals, of course, they're going to be on top. But apart from the mythicals, you have Kaori. Okay, Kaori is better than Blade and Oath. But after Kaori, who do you have as the second? Is Blade and Oath? Ares is too slow to be relevant. Man-Thing is part of the team, so great. Shuri is still solid. Captain Britain is still solid, but yeah. If you're talking about non-mythical mystic characters, they are still top 10. If not top 5. I learned that they want extra force you to build new teams. Yeah. My Spider Society team got deleted right away. I think it's the way. Yes. They want to force you to build those teams. And that's not how the game should be. The Dark Dimension in the past was actually fun. Because you could take any character. Imagine, look at this nonsense again. This is already the third time this shows up. Dark Dimension in the past was actually fun because you could take literally any character. Like I said, I was taking Black Widow, Captain America, and Hawkeye because of how much speed manipulation they had together. The new stats is their new way of giving Krakens shiny toys. Oh man, but it's painful for everyone else. It was so painful. And it is still painful. It is still painful. When you go with Sinister Six against some team that is new, and they just struggle to give any kind of damage, it's really painful. Okay, more training materials, let's go. Don't miss out on the training materials, because when they reset the store, they might not be there anymore. I still have to take him to 3 diamonds. I'm hopeful. I'm still hopeful that they'll put here Old Man Logan. I'm that stupid kid that believes his father will ever return from the milk store. I'm still hopeful that he'll return and bring Old Man Logan diamonds to the store. Still hopeful about that. I want to take Odin up and eventually Apocalypse and Mephisto. And they are so expensive. Yeah. Come case, my backup game is AFK Journey. They have an entire Kraken bracket. I don't have to deal with ever. There are characters I will never get. I'm very okay with it. But they never devalue old characters. They make it very clear you want they make it very clear you want this Kraken bracket, you'll have to spend thousands a month. Okay, yeah, that's cool, right? That's cool. At least you have the distinction. You can play the game normally, or you can jump to the Kraken meta if you want. But I'm surprised you play FK Journey, the Artgrave game. Is it cool? I played it for a little bit. It felt like Dragonair, but with different graphics. Anyone cleared it with Spider Society? I have not heard anyone beating it with Spider Society. I have heard that they always get deleted. What I'm drinking is some vitamin bullshit drink. Some vitamin C. Vitamin C is bullshit, by the way. Then they have zinc. Zinc that supposedly means zinc. Vitamin B1, probably not. Vitamin B3. B1, B3 maybe. Vitamin B6 and B12, probably not. Probably synthetic vitamins because they are animal vitamins. You can only find them in meat, so probably just some fake bullshit drink. I wish someone would have tested if Sable, New Daredevil, and 3 Spider Society would do it. Yeah, that's something interesting, David. Yeah. It seems like you always have to take Sable, right? I cleared it with Spider Society, with Blade and Oath, but it was a struggle to beat 3 stars. Okay, so there you go. Angel was able to do it. We have a blog post. Thank you, Jutsi. Thank you for the sharing the blog. Oh my god, what is this? April 3rd. Overpowered insights and updates. Commanders, first we want to thank you for all the feedback you have shared with us about Overpowered. Your experience in Marvel Strike Force is important to us, and today we'd like you to update on our plans. As we shared our original Overpowered blog, our goal is to ensure your hard-earned progression is useful and provide the effect. But like, it does already. It already does. Are you telling me that Gear Tier 20 characters are not strong? Of course they are. Marvel Strike Force is a game of character collection and progression, resource management, and squad-based combat. Oh, thanks for clarifying that. I guess they never heard about RPGs. Many of the rewards you earn through gameplay are for upgrading. Many of the rewards you earn are for upgrading your levels. Okay. And that needs to feel satisfying to make your character stronger. Okay. As Marvel Strike Force has grown over the years, new progression has become less effective, helping. Okay, so this is not true. This is not true. This is because of how the combat mechanics work. So what's the problem with Marvel Strike Force? Why every time you upgrade a character, it doesn't feel great? It's because of mechanics like offense down and defense down, because it always lowers the stats of your characters by 50%. So if you have a character with Gear Tier 20, right? Gear Tier 20, 1000 damage. He has 1000 base damage, but then you put offense down to him. Then if you lower that to 50%, of course that your Gear Tier 20 will not feel great, because you just lower his stats by half. And half of 1000 and half of 600 are much closer than it should be. But that's the design flaw. It's a design flaw on MSF. That's a design flaw from their game. That's why you should have mechanics like crit damage. In Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and in RSL Legends, drink up Danzo. You have crit damage on top of the attack, because you can lower the attack without lowering the crit damage. So you can still do a nice amount of damage without having all your damage compromised. Because Marvel Strike Force does not work like that, then it's true. Your characters, when they have offense down, even if they have Gear Tier 20, it feels bad. But overpowered is not a way to fix it. Overpowered is not a way to fix it. Maybe you should lower the defense down from 50% to 30%, and they have minor defense down or minor offense down, where you apply 15% less damage rather than the anything else like that, right? This is how you'd fix the game. It's a game mechanic that is bad and makes your gear to feel worse. Because once again, if every time you get a new character, they get their damage cut by 50%, I agree, but it's not overpowered. Overpowered is not a solution. Overpowered is just sugarcoating the problem. As Marvel Strike Force has grown over the years, new progression has feel less helping. Again, it's because of those type of debuffs and buffs that that compromise your stats. We feel there are two reasons behind these. As the stats got bigger overall, each new level made less of a difference to the combat formulas. As the stats got bigger. No, again, the problem... Again, what they are saying here, it's true, but it's because of offense down and defense down. Because they lower your damage. They do not lower your... how to say it? They lower your final damage, right? If you're going to do 5 million damage, if you have offense down, you're going to do 2.5 million damage. And that's the problem. Is that it's too... The debuffs are too strong. The debuffs are way too strong. Character designs have evolved over the years, and increasingly powerful character abilities have made stat progression less meaningful. Okay, but this is why I think that we should have mods like we have in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Because you can make a character with more base damage if you want, or with more crit damage. So imagine the offense down lowers your damage but does not lower your crit damage, right? There should be mechanics that can go around these negative effects and these mechanics that I mentioned here. But we didn't create these mechanics. These mechanics are from the game. So or you have to nerf the mechanics, and I think that will be a good thing. Switch defense down from 50% to 30%, and create minor defense down, minor offense down, minor offense up, minor defense up, like other games have, like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and RSL Legends. Drink up, Danzo. One approach to solve this could be adding increasingly large numbers to the new characters. Yeah, but the problem here is that it devalues the old characters. But at least like this you are progressing, not regressing. This had some downsides. It would devalue the progression. So an overpower doesn't do that, really. It would devalue the progression of new players and inflate the combat numbers to unreasonable levels. But there are so many games like that. There are so many other games like that. It's actually not the case. Because you'll never have a new player facing a veteran player. What they are saying here is just a fallacy. Is a new player going to face a veteran player in Cosmic Crucible or Arena or whatever else? No, this is absolute fallacy. It would also scale... It wouldn't scale well over time, with the numbers needing to grow exponentially over the next... I mean, wasn't that what they did in World of Warcraft? It was not that much of a big deal. You know, in World of Warcraft, it got to a point where your characters were doing like billions of damage, and then they just removed the zeros. They just removed the zeros and they try to scale it out, scale down again everything. Instead, Overpower was created to address this way that scales well. Bro, are you joking? Overpower was created to address this in a way it scales well. Who believes in this phrase? Who believes in this phrase? Overpowered scales well? my god. Oh, you guys are funny. By keeping your underlying stats at reasonable levels and adding a bonus if you are fighting an enemy weaker than you. This ensures progression remains valuable as we continue to develop Marvel Strike Force. Bullshit. 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 Oh my god, the levels of bullshit. Oh my god, the levels of bullshit. Nah, no way, man. Oh my god. The levels of bullshit here. Man, this is absolute bullshit. So we already have scaling from the gear, right? You already have 25% stats from the gear. And that's one of the big problems with overpowered, is that it scales like 3 levels of stats. It's like you have gear tier 22 because you have 25% from gear tier 20 plus 50% from overpowered. So it's like 3 deviations of stats. Admiral Gunnar. Okay, I'll check it out. Oh my god, this is I don't know. Is it gaslight? Is it bullshit? Is it both? It's the same thing. I don't know, but it smells like it. It definitely smells like it. We have had an opportunity to gather data from hundreds of thousands of your battles and review the impact of overpowered on the game. Gameplay data like this is crucial for understanding how our diverse community of players interacts with the character progression and combat the way no internal testing can accomplish. So this is the problem with data science, is when you have a lot of data and you don't know how to analyze. If you're saying that your internal testing cannot accomplish this, if your internal testing cannot accomplish this, it's because your data analysts cannot put their minds in someone else's shoes, or you have someone analyzing data that doesn't understand the game, right? This is a big problem. It's like, oh, here we are analyzing the data of people that are allergic to gluten or whatever, and then you don't understand because it's Italy, and you have 10 different thousands of pastas, and one give you gluten allergy, others don't. But you are just analyzing the data, and it makes no sense because you are not understanding the specific cases. After reviewing the data, here's what we are seeing. While overpower is impactful, impactful, bro. You think overpower is impactful? It's not overcoming skillful play. Fuck you! Fuck you! 2 days ago, I used a hard counter. I used the hard counter against a team that had overpowered. You know what happened? I got destroyed. A team that supposedly hard counters a team that had overpowered. As soon as one character from the enemy team took a turn, my team got destroyed. And supposedly they hard counter. So to say that it does not impact skillful play, it's bullshit. Because as soon as the character survives long enough, and they have gear tier 20, they have more focus, more resistance, more whatever else. They have everything more than you. That means if they have an extra gear tier, less likely for you to win, right? So to say this, bullshit. Again, bullshit. You don't know what you're talking about. You are talking about bullshit that is not real. It's not real. Skillful. Like, bro, there is no skill. Well, there is no skill when the characters have gear tier 20. What are you talking about? Absolute bullshit here. Players are choosing their battles more. Oh my god, this is dorky that bullshit. This is dorky that bullshit. Oh no, I'm thinking more. Overpowered is so fun because I'm thinking more. I'm thinking more because now I have to analyze. Do they have overpowered? Fucking, this is some dorky that bullshit or Dulum bullshit. Only they are stupid enough to sugarcoat bullshit like this. You have the dog shit. It's not even bullshit. It's dog shit. You have like that big turd from the dog, and then you sugarcoat it. You put the sugar and then you eat it. You eat it. Only someone like that would sugarcoat a bullshit like this. Oh no, big brain. Now I'm having so much fun. Now I have to analyze if the guys have overpowered or not, and then I have to decide: am I going to use this team or am I going to use this team? Fucking hell, man. These guys are so full of shit. Players are choosing their battles more strategically and relying on proven counters. Proven counters. Oh my fucking god. I just told you, using hard counter, as soon as the enemy or resists or survives because he has like fortified isolate or he has some barrier or a regen or anything, if one character survives, your entire team dies right away. Proven counters, it's not always the case. It's not always the case. Unless you are absolutely hard countering a team. Like if you are using Sinister Six with Odin and Mephisto. Yeah, of course. Yeah. If you use something like that, yeah, of course it's gonna work. Oh, of course. Of course, a proven counter. Fucking hell, man. This is so full of shit. It's so full of shit. Which allows them to find success in combat through smart decisions. So the problem is you're stupid, bro. You're losing because you're stupid. What are you talking about? Use Mephisto, use Apocalypse, and in all teams, do copy paste Apocalypse, Mephisto, all of those characters, and use it in all 6 rooms of Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, and whatever else. You're just fucking stupid. Why don't you do that? Even when taking higher overpowered teams. Fucking hell, man. Like, it's... Bro, you are just stupid. You are just stupid. You are retarded. You thought that team was going to work Sinister Six or whatever else? Or Night Stalkers or whatever else? Nah, bro. No, you're just stupid. You're just stupid. You are just stupid. You have to put Mephisto or Odin or whatever else or Quasar in every single team. You always have to use a mythical with one of the new teams or with the generic teams. It's a generic team plus a mythical, so you can beat a conventional team. That's it. Otherwise, you are stupid. You are not smart enough to make decisions about Marvel Strike Force. Overpowered makes the most difference in matchups where one squad has significantly more progression than other. Wow! Wow! Fucking hell, man. Like, these guys are Scopely. These guys are big brain. Big brain. Wow. Overpowered makes most difference. Wow. These guys are hilarious. This is absolutely insane. These guys, they should make stand-up comedy or something. This is an expected outcome. Wow. Expected outcome. Wow. Oh, because the gap is, oh my god, yes, of course, it's a big gap, of course. So you're if the gap is big, of course you're expected to win. Wow, big brain Scopely. How big is this vlog? Holy shit, we're halfway through. Wow. Based on these feelings, based on these findings. You found this where? Under a rock at the beach? Where did you find this? Was it in the forest? We do not plan to change the combat bonuses provided by Overpowered, as they support healthy and balanced progression. Healthy and balanced progression. Oh my god. That said, after thoroughly analyzing player data, again, it does not matter analyzing the player data if the people analyzing the data don't know what to look for. If you don't know what to look for, you can have all the data in the world. It does not matter. it became evident that many mid-game, I'm not mid-game, bro. I'm not mid-game. What are you talking about? 7 years in this shit game, calling me mid-game? And casuals. Okay, there you go. 7 years in this shit at top 100 alliances, but I'm just a fucking casual. I'm just a fucking casual, that's it. So if you're at mid-game or if you're a casual, you are probably stupid and you cannot make smart decisions to win in this game. There is no amount of spreadsheets or counters or videos on YouTube that reduces your ability to be smart and make decisions. It became evident that many mid-game and casual players would benefit from early access to the overpowered system. Of course, those are the ones that will benefit. The overpowered will fix mid-game and yeah, of course. Big brain, another big brain statement. Based on the above, we'll be revisiting the thresholds needed to unlock each overpowered level. So this is another problem, is that overpowered should not be in line, right? Nowadays, you have to get level 100, and then the isolate level 3, and then you have to get the gear tier 19, and it's like in a line, your progression, right? And it should be accumulative. If I cannot afford the purple ISO 8, why am I being punished so much? Because you go from 8, you cannot go from 8 to 9 if you don't have the ISO 8, right? You cannot go from 8 to 9. Why not? If you are reaching those thresholds, you get a number of points. Do you have level 100? Yes, 1 point. Do you have level 105? Yes, 1 point. Do you have purple ISO 8? No. Do you have gear tier 19 or 20? Yes, 1 point, 1 point. So you have 4 points. So you cannot get overpowered level 10, obviously, but you can still get overpowered level 9. But with this system, no. With this system, you get overpowered level 8 or 7. So that alone is already stupid. That's already bad of the overpowered system. That's another problem, is that the progression should be accumulative rather than this linear scaling. So you'll be revisiting the thresholds. Our goal with these updates are make it easier for players to get into early and mid levels of overpowered. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Reasonable requirements to attain each level, so progress feels possible within reach. Provide a valuable combat boost to players chasing and earning maximum progression for their character levels. Okay, so I understand what this is. This is because of the new Krakens. Someone recently sent me a message saying this. And I don't know what to say. Someone recently sent me a message saying this. I bought all the time heists. I literally bought all the time heists. Why am I not top dog in Marvel Strike Force? They told me this. I spent $1,000 buying all the time heists. Why am I not top dog in Marvel Strike Force? And it seems like what Scopely is doing, it's not about the mid-range players or the casual players or anything. This is for the the new Krakens that are coming to the game, and they have their expectations to 1 point, and they are not reaching those expectations. So again, this is more Kraken food for new Krakens. This is for baby Krakens. It's not for anyone else. Mid-level overpowered, what are you talking about? This is literally Kraken food for new Krakens. Here is a list of the new overpowered level and requirements. And what they were at launch. Yellow levels have reduced the requirements, while green levels stay the same in the current system. Okay. So to get overpowered level 1, instead of level 90, you get level 50, okay. Instead of gear tier 17, you get gear tier 10, okay. Instead of isolate blue 3, you get 5-3, okay. Level, okay. So, blue 5. I mean, this is what should have been from the start. I get this, but this is not gonna change anything. What is this gonna change? What is it? It's still here, overpowered level 8. The bullshit starts at overpowered level 8. So, sure, they are giving overpowered for new players, but this is only going to matter. Yeah, this is just for new Krakens. That's it. This is just going to be for new Krakens. Because if you are playing the game at the same level as everyone else, you'll be at the same level. If you have overpowered 10 and overpowered 10, it does not do anything. Overpowered 10 does not do anything if you are facing characters with the same level. It's pointless. It's pointless. This is going to affect only new Krakens. This is a Kraken that started the game and bought all the battle passes or time heists, all the time heists, and they want to destroy everyone else. This is literally what it is. Because overpowered, if you're a new player, one bought a time heist, you are 10 days in Marvel Strike Force. You bought a time heist. This guy did not buy the time heist. So this guy for sure is overpowered. The guy that bought the time heist is overpowered and he beats the shit out of the 10 days, 10 days. 10 days, 10 days. Time heist, no time heist. Boom, overpowered. I agree. Makes total sense for new Krakens. Doesn't change us anything about anything else. Because if the overpowered is at the same level, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. As we move into this new age, lol. The new age where 50,000 people drop in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, 50,000 people quit the game. New age of Marvel Strike Force. This is a record. This might be a world record or something. The amount of people that quit the game in the least amount of time. In this new age of Marvel Strike Force, we want you to feel rewarded for your time and effort spent in game. That's why they removed the Gear Tier 19 from the game. With our new event structure, season, Intel Store, and many other changes coming to the game soon, engaged players will have the ability to level up their characters to benefit more of overpowered. Oh, really? Really? Okay. Let's see. Where is the Gear Tier 20? Okay, I'm gonna open my command center. Where is the Gear Tier 20? We only have one event available on the command center. Where is the Gear Tier 20? I don't see any Gear Tier 20. How am I progressing anything? Where is it? There is nothing here. And this bullshit right here, you cannot even get it. You can get this one, 75. Okay, you cannot get the other two. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, really? The progression you'll earn will matter more than ever. And overpowered will be valuable tool at your disposal. Or not, because once again, if the enemy has the same level of overpower that I have, it doesn't do anything. We genuinely appreciate the communication, or we genuinely appreciate the community passion. It plays a vital role in shaping Marvel Strike Force. We are excited for you to experience what's in store for you in this upcoming age. Please note that the information in this blog is subject to change before going live in-game. Cool. And that's it. That's it. Aren't they just going to cancel out? Yeah, so overpowered in PvE will only matter in the future. If you're beating some outdated content, it's gonna help you, yes. Well, but if it's not outdated content, it's irrelevant. it's irrelevant. Or it might be punishing to you. Imagine you're gonna do Dark Dimension 10 or Dark Dimension 9. All the enemies have overpowered of 11. And your characters also have overpowered of 11. So you are literally not doing anything. Your characters and the enemy characters, they're at the same level. Now, if you're gonna do Dark Dimension 9 in 1 year from now, and then you already have overpowered level 12, oh yeah, that's gonna make a difference. But you probably already completed that content, right? You probably already completed that content. So it's gonna help new players catching up. It will help new players catching up, but it will not influence you directly because it's pointless. And especially because they can manipulate the stats of the enemies. Like saying this bullshit that, oh, it's to help you in PvE or Blitz or whatever. Like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, this blog is definitely interesting. This is the biggest pile of bullshit I have ever seen. I'm not sure what's going on here. If they really want to make things better, they will give new stats. Yes, yeah, that would help. If they would give new stats to the old tunes, like Red Hulk, for example, that would help quite a lot. Because you cannot have overpowered and the characters being devalued at the same time. If you take a look at Red Hulk, he has 5 times less health than the new tunes. 5 times less health. Plus, on top of that, you have overpowered. So not only you have less health, you also have 50% more damage from overpowered, plus, I don't even know, 3 times, 4 times more damage from the other bonuses. Okay, so we have 105 Red Hulk. 4 million health, 270,000 damage. 4 million health, 200, okay. Let's see a bio character. She's bio. 3 times the health. 3 times the health. And 1.5 times the damage. 1.5 times the damage. With the same amount of, with 3 times the health. She has so much armor. She has so much armor that a normal attack from Red Hulk, it's not even going to hurt her. Red Hulk basic is not even going to damage her. I'm telling you, like, these people, or I don't know, or they don't understand the game, or they don't understand. But I guess maybe I'm the one that doesn't understand. I'm too stupid for this. Okay, so his damage is 275% base. 275% base. So 2,700. 275. 740. 740. 740. Under defense, 458, 527. So your total damage against her, if Red Hulk attacks with his basic against her, is going to do 300,000 damage. He's going to do 300,000 damage, and she has 15 million health. 300,000 damage versus 15 million health. I'm not sure, but maybe I'm too stupid. Maybe I'm too stupid. Maybe I don't know the counters. Maybe my brain is too small to know the counters. But 300,000 damage versus 15 million health? I don't know. Maybe there's something stronger here. There is something weird. I'm not sure what's going on here, but there is something weird. So if they would update the stats of the characters, that would make more sense. That's why other games, they don't devalue your stats. That's why other games, they do not devalue your stats. Because like this, then what's the point? If you're going to devalue the stats, you devalue the stats by 5% or 10%. Not 300%, right? We are talking about a devalue of 300% rather than 10 or 15%. 10-15%. Okay, that's power creep. That's power creep. Now 300%. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's a scam. That's a scam. That's not even bullshit. That's a scam. That's literally a scam. It will take 50 basic attacks to kill her. So imagine that on a turn-based game, 50 turns. Lalelu, welcome back. Overpowered is just there to force you to level up characters that otherwise would be fine. Yeah, but the problem is that this is what I was saying before. Those hard counters that they mentioned, the hard counters do not even work if you don't have the overpowered. So even characters that there is no reason for you to gear up, then it doesn't work anyway. And for example, Gamma, no one is gonna build up their Gamma for anything. You can use Red Hulk special maybe to give more speed bar to Apocalypse, but beyond that, it doesn't do anything for you. And the problem with MSF mechanically, too many legacy power systems stacked on top of each other, not being able to calculate. Yes, yeah. That's another problem. And that's why they hide the combat log. We should have a combat log if you want to see if there is any bug or anything like that. I'm sure they have combat logs, but they don't allow us to see the combat log. They even removed speed bar gains from the combat log that we had in the past. They even removed that. So the overpower levels that really matter stay the same. Every time MSF talks about overpower, feel more insulted. Absolutely, I agree. I mean, I bought all the time ice, and I get wrecked all the time in all game modes. Yeah, at least Scopely hope that this new system, this new overpowered for new players will help you. This is like a robber calling the police and telling them he will break into your house and the police disarms you. There you go. It's not to be simply created by a new artificial bottleneck. The fact that overpowered linear requirements versus a cumulative tells you that it's not really about your investment progression, but forcing you to burn resources. Absolutely, David. I agree with that. Absolutely. Is open about hating overpowered? No, that's not true. I saw all the sugarcoating he made in his videos. I saw all the sugarcoat he was making. Okay, Banks. I will take a look. What Jose said is 100% right. OP does nothing to fix the power gaps for old stat tunes, like the blog is trying to imply that it will. Instead, overpower they. Yeah, exactly. It made Red Hulk even more outdated. He was already outdated. But now he's like 1,000,000 times more outdated, right? Because again, if you compare Captain Marvel, so the difference between damage between them, it was 1.5, right? But now with overpowered, it's 50% of that. So it's instead of 1.5, it's gonna be 2.5 or 2.5, 2.225. We still don't know if overpowered is multiplies your base or multiplies your total. But either way, you are talking about or it goes to 125, or it goes 225, or it goes to a higher level than that. So it literally makes everything worse for you. It really killed half of your roster. Half, no, not even half. It killed like 70% of your roster. We can take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 40. So it literally killed. And I'm being generous. I'm being generous. It's probably more than Morgan Le Fay, like she's dead already. 40. So we are talking about 200 characters that got obliterated from your. No, it's more than that. Like all these guys are outdated. Spider Weaver barely can survive anything now. So they literally nerfed like 250 characters of your roster. They literally nerfed 250 characters of your roster. How much is that of the total? It's like what, 75%? So 319. Yeah, 75% of your roster. They literally killed 75% of your roster. They literally killed, again, fourth time today. They literally killed 75% of your roster. They should just buff up the whole roster and like a yeah. So between overpowered and putting more rooms in Cosmic Crucible, they decide to go with overpowered. If you have more rooms in Cosmic Crucible, you still have to level up more characters. You still have to spread your roster more, right? You are not gonna have mythicals to put on every single room. So you still have to invest on more characters. You need to invest on a wider roster. But they don't want that. They don't want that. Instead of trying to use 50% of your roster, they want you to use 25% of your roster. If so. People spend $300 on Captain Britain and doesn't have the new stats. Krakens should have boycotted. I agree. I'm surprised that when Captain Britain was released, his stats being so low, I was surprised that no one had anything against it. For a $300 character to be like overshadowed 2 weeks after by Aries, that was absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Giving your stats to the last 5 teams before overpowered. Absolutely. Gear tier 20 or shield medic. Let's go. Sebasu, how are you doing? Welcome back. They want any min-max rosters. Yeah. In the past, like you could, for example, you had Craven, Green Goblin, and Vulture. You had those maxed out. And then you had the other ones a little bit weaker. But now they are making in a way that even like that you can't play it. If only we have more theory crafting by having moments, would be. Yeah, I would like to know why they cancel moments. The moments could provide the same boost as overpowered, like I was saying at the beginning of the stream. If the overpowered was based on your faction, you can get overpowered, but you get overpowered if you have like 3 or more X-Men characters, or 3 or more Avenger characters, or 3 or more Sinister Six characters. If the overpowered was based on that, and that's why they call it moments, right? They had this thing called moments. Okay, it's the moment where Jubilee lost her virginity or something. Oh, wow, great moment. So the more X-Men characters that were on your team, the bigger the boost of your moment. Instead, they do that, but for the character individually. So it in a way, it increases the amount of value each individual character has, but at the same time you have that problem with Alliance Wars, that you have so many different counters that it becomes chaos. Like, this overpowered does not solve any of the problems that Marvel Strike Force had. This did not solve anything. It made everything worse. I mean, I guess it solved it because like 75% or 80% of your roster is absolutely useless. But there you go. Just so you know, I don't have any gear tier 20 characters. I mean, I only have one, so we are not so different. What were the teams before Illuminati? Let's see. I have all of them in order. So before Illuminati, we had the Alpha Flight. This team didn't have even time to shine. So Alpha Flight. What the hell is going on here? Okay, Alpha Flight. What happened here? What happened with Deathpool? What? Okay, that's strange. Alpha Flight, Mercs for Money, Spider Society, Cabal. Then we have the bait and switch. What is this bullshit, man? What happened to my teams? Why were my teams changed? Did someone hack my account or something? Why is Iron Man here? What the hell is this bullshit? And this is supposed to be what? Out of time? It might be out of time. Okay. I mean, all of these teams were a lot of fun. All of these teams were... This is out of time, right? Cabal already made a massive stats improvement. We had this theory crafting setup. So I don't mind the Undying team, Cabal teams, these 3 people teams. I think they are great. I think they are great. This rework, massive bullshit. Hive Mind is a solid team. All of these teams are solid, and the fact that from one day to the other they just become meaningless, it's not great. Sinister Six, all meaningless. We are talking about 10 characters. You invested in Alliance Wars, these 10 characters, they are now useless. Pretty much useless. And this is not what Marvel Strike Force should do. It's the opposite. They should go in the direction Dance to Drink Up, because you're gonna mention Rachel Legends. You have faction wars. I'm gonna show you I'm gonna make a video about it. Don't get triggered when I make a video comparing Marvel Strike Force with Rachel Legends. My intention is not to clickbait you. It's just to show you the difference between the 2 games, what they have in similarity, and what Marvel Strike Force should learn. So in Rachel Legends, you have this game mode called Faction Wars. So for example here, we have Sacred Order. Imagine that Sacred Order is Avengers, right? You can only take Avenger characters. You have a specific Dark Dimension that it's impossible to complete. You see, there are a ton of levels. And they're going to release the second version of these. They're about to release the second version of these. For me, right now, it's impossible to beat these. And you can only use Avenger characters. They should go towards this direction, not the opposite. Not the opposite. The fact that they devalue all the Sinister Six characters, 10 characters, 0 value now. 0 value. Even if you upgrade them to gear tier 20, even if they have overpowered 11, they are still meaningless. They are still trying to catch up to the new characters, and they can't. They can't. So all of these teams, they are absolutely dead because of it. the stats reset plus overpowered, he just killed everything before that. Fred Alferro, welcome back. That Jubilee example was the last 10 teams. I'm gonna get Professor X. I'm just not rushing for it. I'm not rushing for Professor X. So all my teams are in order since Apocalypse, I think. No, okay, since Web Warriors. The first team I started to do in order, it was Web Warriors. Web Warriors, it was required for Morgan and Faye. So Web Warriors, and then we got... these teams are not in order. What the hell happened here? Someone was changing my teams. Okay, anyway. So you needed Web Warriors. You needed Web Warriors and Dark Hunters. Web Warriors and Dark Hunters to get Morgan Le Fay. Then for these guys, you needed Young Avengers and Ravagers to get these guys as well. The Unlimited X-Men. Then you had Avengers and these guys to get Gamma. And then you needed Wakanda and Death Seed. No, Wakanda and something else to get Death Seed. Did you touch my drum set? So all of these teams gone. New in the past, you could use New Warriors to kill Odin. Now you can't. Their damage now is so low that they can't beat Odin. Are you going to update your New Avengers or New Warriors? Serious question. It's like all 80%, 75%, 80% of your roster got devalued. They absolutely killed it. And even more with overpowered. Because just Odin farting, it kills all your characters. They change her clothes. I mean, it looks a lot better now. But they really improve the graphics on the clothes. What about Cloak? No, it looks... Wow. Someone ironed it too hard. So yeah, that's the moving part. Oh man, I don't know. So all of these, 2 years of progress or more, snap it away. They snapped all your progress. You already had teams like Bionic Avengers that they were already trash. But Gamma gone, Underworld gone. So this was I guess a problem that people were using Underworld to beat Mercs for money. Because they never expect those counters, right? They never expand those big brain counters that counters the latest team. They should just buff at the last 10 teams. It's funny, that's why I quit World of Warcraft. Like WTF was all these 40-man raids. And now the gear means nothing. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was rough, right? In, what was the name? When I finished the Wrath of the Lich King, I had my axe, the legendary axe, Shadowmourne. I had my legendary axe Shadow Morn, and then it was pointless. Your legendary axes, all your legendary gear after was pointless. Again, other thing that in RSL Legends it does not happen. RSL Legends gear, it does not devalue. So legendary gear, for example, I can use blue gear. I'm using blue gear. This is gonna blow your mind. This is gonna blow your mind. Some blue gear is better than legendary gear. Yes, you heard that right. You heard that right. In RSL Legends, you can have blue gear from the same set that is better than legendary gear, because it works in a different way. Because the blue gear, they start with 2 stats, and then you get this stat, you get this stat. You get 2 additional types of stats. While on the legendary gear, you know right away which stats you're going to get, but they can go all over the place anyway. And with rare gear, because you already have those 2 guaranteed, then if you are lucky, you can get, for example, double crit damage, and there you go, you're set. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Or maybe it's not so crazy. And then instead of devaluing your gear, in RSL Legends, instead of devaluing your gear, they created relics. They created relics. Instead of devaluing your gear, they created something else you can acquire. Something else. Wow. Wow. I'm from Marvel Strike Force. I never thought about this. It's crazy. It's crazy. Instead of devaluing your gear, they did something else to add on top. Who would have thought about that? That's wild. Oh my god. That's insane. That's amazing. It's crazy. Like, unbelievable. I'm killing Danzo. Oh my god. Danzo can't stand anymore. He's just drinking too much. Plug and play characters like Echo. So let's talk about plug and play characters. I'm gonna take a look at my, for example, my tier list. The tier list that I used to do in the past. So on my tier lists, where this one can be useful everywhere. So you have characters that they could be useful even if they are not met anymore. You have Proxima Midnight, you have Loki, you have Zemo, you have Echo, you have Eternals. All these characters now, they are dead. What can Eternals do nowadays? Nothing. What can Bishop do, or Red Guardian, or whatever? They have no stats. They have nothing. They can still take 1 hit, but not anymore. Zemo, done. Red Skull, they can still give you a little bit of speed bar, but that's it. So all of this junk, if you are going to analyze, if you're going to make a tier list of investment of what characters to invest in Marvel Strike Force in 2025, all these characters are gone. Can I write here? Okay, I can write here. Let's see how many characters are going to get deleted from here. Thunder Fury, Man Jack. Yeah. Thunder Fury was so hard to obtain, and then it was all gone. Sammy, this game is absolute caca. Bye. Plug and play characters are just 1-turn tunes. Exactly. So these ones, Battle World, they are still fine. Rogue, I mean, you can still use Rogue a little bit, Morgan Le Fay a little bit. Quicksilver's damage is pretty much useless now. Emma Frost, you can still use a little bit of these characters. Nick Fury, Depends of the room rules. The problem is that one character now punishes you so hard. So for example, Zemo. In the past, you could use Zemo and still apply slow. You could still apply slow to the enemies. Now you cannot even apply slow anymore because they have so much resistance. Zemo has like 10,000 resistance, and now the enemies have like 100,000 resistance. So this character gone. Proxima Midnight. You can pray that she stuns, but probably she's not gonna stun. So she's gone as well. Eternals, what kind of damage the Eternals will do? Maybe they can still do the turn rewind. They can still do the turn rewind, but I mean, if they are not gonna kill you, what's the point? Greg now from the Undying team, he has so much health that Icarus and Cersei cannot even kill him anymore. And that's why these guys in Dark Dimension 8, they have so inflated stats. Castle pings now, who cares? Quicksilver summon, the Scarlet Witch that he summons, she has like 1 million health, who cares? Morgan Le Fay, she's only useful because she buffs Agatha. Because apart from that, this guy applying Disrupt, I think he still has a nice amount of focus. These guys are definitely dead. Shang-Chi is dead. Dead. She's still useful because she gives speed bar, but I mean, she doesn't need any gear. She just have to be level 64. Black Widow, I guess you could still use Black Widow and Red Guardian to give speed up to other characters. These guys are definitely dead. Wakanda dead. Underworld dead. Green Goblin, I'm actually not sure. His passive can be strong to apply defense down to one character, but it's like, okay, whatever. This guy has 1,000 focus. 1,000 focus against hero characters. 1,000 focus extra is not good anymore. Trash. Echo, she's gonna leave one turn, so I guess trash as well. Trash. Absolute trash. Mysterio, we can still use Mysterio, I guess. She can still be useful turn 1. She can be useful for 1 turn. Silver Samurai, they can still do stuff. Trash. They are still useful because they just have such good kits, right? Their kits are so good, so they are still useful. This guy probably trash. Okay, these are all new tunes. Dead. Maybe useful every now and then. Dead. Dead. Kang barely makes it with Cabal. Hive Mind, forget about it. Maybe this guy still has a little bit in the tank. These guys, depending on the team, I guess they can do a little bit because they do a lot of burst early on. So yeah, okay, there you go. So you get the mythicals. Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom nowadays, oh my god, yikes. Doctor Doom nowadays, you apply 1 bleed to him and he dies. It was bad before, but now it's even worse. North Star now. 1 ping or 2 from what's his name? Havok or Gambit or whatever. Gambit always messed up with this guy, but Havok now, 1 ping and he's dead. This guy can still survive because he has a lot of death proofs. So death proofs nowadays for old characters is very important. That's why Spider Society still has some usefulness. It's because you can apply some death proofs to them. But yeah, so like making an investment tier list nowadays, it's terrible. What are you going to invest in? More than half of these teams are all dead. For defense and for offense. Alliance Wars, if you really think about it, you barely have any teams to actually use. Yeah, but imagine Sinister Six versus Annihilators or something. Sinister Six versus Night Stalkers. They can't beat it. Or I mean, maybe they can. Maybe they can. If you can land the negative effects, maybe they can. But if it's, for example, Agatha with Marion LaFay and these guys, good luck. My Doctor Doom at 105, and he dies with Cowardly passive. Attack on spawn. Oh, there you go. Yikes. Yeah, that's a big yikes. So there you go. They are not canceling Overpowered. They're gonna make it available to newer players, and that's it. It sucks. Like, it sucks. I think if Overpowered was based on the team composition, I think that would be way better. Way better. Or maybe you need to have 3 X-Men characters at gear tier 20. If you have 3 X-Men characters at gear tier 20, you get Overpowered 25% extra damage or anything like that. I can't even imagine what's going to be the next levels of Overpowered. And again, how is it going to matter? This is the worst part. I don't understand. How are you going to get Overpowered buff level 2 and level 3? What are those buffs going to be? What are those buffs going to be? You have Overpowered of 12. What are the buffs? Is it going to be like resistance or health or a barrier? Or I just wonder, because how can you kill the game even more? And if there is something beyond level 12 of Overpowered, is this gonna go to what? It has no limit? Because again, the problem is that when you are at the same level, it doesn't do anything. Overpowered bonuses. I honestly, it doesn't make sense. So if you have Overpowered, you have 50% more damage. But why would you have Overpowered? Why would you have Overpowered? It's nonsensical. Like, how would you have Overpowered of 11 versus Overpowered or level 6? In which situation you would have such a gap in Overpowered? It doesn't even make sense. Skirmisher, yeah, Skirmisher is already useless. Trash Finder said everyone loves Overpowered. I'm not sure if he said that or not, but people got very triggered. I said bullshit about Porky Pad and Dulum, and everyone got triggered. Not everyone, but a few people got triggered in the chat. I'm just telling you the truth. If you're a fanboy, this is something I don't like. It's fanboys. If I say something wrong, I appreciate that you guys call me out. If I say something wrong, I appreciate. I don't need fanboys that I say absolute bullshit. I say some absolute bullshit. Oh, Overpowered is not that bad, or whatever. I don't want people to say, oh, to clap. Every say I say something, I don't want you to clap. If I'm saying something stupid, you should tell me that I'm wrong, and I'm not gonna get triggered about it, right? I'm not gonna ban you from the chat or anything like that. And people get very triggered because I say, oh, he definitely said that. They are sugarcoating this bullshit. They are gaslighting you, and you are a fanboy to the level that, oh, no, they never said that, bro. Like, what are you talking about? No, they never said that. They absolutely said that. When you are gaslighting and sugarcoating, but you are so fanboy that you don't even see it, Like, please don't be like that. Don't be like that. Just because I'm on a camera, it doesn't mean that I'm any different from you. Tier 3 will be crit and speed boost. Oh, imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine if they would do something like that. But what you said about the skirmisher is actually very interesting. Because people were using skirmisher because you'd get 50% more focus. And by the way, the scaling on focus, that was always garbage. Because it's not on your total, it's just on your base focus, right? So that was always bad. Then we still don't know. I assume, but we still don't know if this also affects counters, because the damage from assists and counters is the same, but we still don't know to this day if this also affects the counters. But why would you get 50% focus nowadays with skirmisher? It makes no sense. And like Jose Armando said, it's very, very likely that one of these new bonuses is going to be like more crit damage or more crit chance or anything like that. They're all shields. The only one that little less shield mobile gamer. That's because Scopely can't afford to lose him. Yeah, that's true. That's true. He was the only one. Like I have my problems with mobile gamer, but he was the only one that said overpowered. He never tried to sugarcoat overpowered. He knew, even if he didn't understand very well the implications of overpowered, and he didn't. He said it many times that he doesn't fully understand the length on how overpowered is bad. He never tried to sugarcoat it. He never ever tried to sugarcoat it. While other envoys, while other community members, they try to sugarcoat and gaslight the shit out of overpowered. And again, and the blog posts, I'm not sure who's writing these blog posts, but like if Pathfinder is writing these blog posts, like, bro, I would just quit. If I would be on this situation, I would just quit. There is no salary that would compensate for this. At least for me, based on my education, based on my culture, I would never accept a situation like this where I'm getting paid to 100% bullshit people that are getting gaslight or tricked or anything like that. Jeff, I'm here for your take on things. Going around to the most content creators to see what's up. Seems most creators and most people in the chat have the same feeling. Don't understand why they are keeping the shit mechanic if 90% of the players don't want it. Yeah, I don't know. And the worst part, is that they're not making any money out of it. It's not even something that they can sell directly. I guess they can sell the gear and the ISO 8 and whatever else. And this comes to the seasons. So they announced. Did you guys saw the video that they posted yesterday or today? I'm not sure if it was yesterday or today. They keep talking about the seasons. And I mentioned this before. I mentioned this months ago. Months ago. Even before Overpowered came out. I mentioned this months ago. We are going on these seasons. The seasons is just when they release the new gear tier, the new level cap, and the new ISO 8. So now we got the new gear tier. The next one is going to be the new ISO 8. And then we have that season. It goes for like 4 months or so. They already said we're going to get 3 legendaries per year, right? So they're going to sugarcoat one of these seasons with a legendary. You're going to get the legendary for free. You're going to get the legendary for free without red stars or whatever, but okay, fine. But every time you get a legendary, you are going to get one of these new tiers. Or ISO 8, or gear tier, or 105. In the past, the level cap in the past, the level cap and the gear tier would come almost at the same time. It was like level 100 on January, and you'd get like gear tier 19 1 month after. Now, no. Now they are doing this on purpose. Now they are putting a huge gap between those releases to make sure that whoever is spending has a massive advantage over everyone else. Massive advantage over everyone else. And I mentioned this months ago. It was so obvious. It was so obvious where the direction we were going to. Home case, honestly, they should make level 2 and 3 of overpowered damage and make overpowered 1 just expand the barrier to 75%. That could be... Could they... So overpowered could be like, instead of damage and focus, being stuff that is less significant, like barrier or crit damage, right? Not all characters use crit damage. Maybe that would shake up a little bit the ISO weights options. It's just that flat base damage is so significant. And I keep saying that it's not working properly. I still believe that when you do an attack that attacks different levels of overpowered, that the character at level 10 is taking the same damage of the character at level 9. And it shouldn't be the case. You can't even sack properly in Crucible. The sack meta is gone. The biggest problem is they started with damage. Yeah, absolutely. They are selling the gear and training mats. Yeah, and after they will sell the ISO weight, and after they will sell... Yeah. They keep the whales on Discord happy. That's why they are rigging the polls. They still cry about Yelena and Red Guardian. Again, I'm not a big fan of Ghost either. I would rather have Red Guardian over Ghost. I think that Ghost is hugely overrated. Hugely overrated. Especially now when you have so many characters that cannot get speed bar reduced. She's hugely overrated. Red Guardian would have been way, way better. Yelena Belova, she would require a full rework or remake. She would require a full remake of her kit. But Red Guardian has a very good kit. Very good kit. So yeah, I agree. The fact that people voted for her, they got triggered about it. And Taskmaster, like, they changed nothing about him. And some of these mechanics here, they don't even work properly. This was like something they came up with in the afternoon or so. Some afternoon rushing, they came up with a Taskmaster rework for Thunderbolts. This is why they're removing the gear and giving less gold and so on. OP will force you to burn resources. Yeah. They are definitely reducing the amount of everything people getting. People complain, but still upgrading teams to stay competitive. Well, I'm not upgrading anything. If you are following the carrot, it's your choice. Right now, in my opinion, there is no competitiveness in Marvel Strike Force. Competitiveness of what? Of spending? Okay, I guess there is competitiveness in spending, but it's not something that will work long term. Because after you spend $5,000, you spend $10,000, you spend $15,000. I'm not even going to say his name. I know one guy that spent $1 million in MSF, and that guy quitted MSF. Would you get yourself into that position where you spend $1 million to be competitive in the Marvel Strike Force? especially in this economy. We're not even going to talk about that, but especially in this economy, we just spend $1 million to be competitive in Marvel Strike Force. What does that even mean? Remember, it used to have speed. Yeah, it used to have speed. Yeah, that's true. With the next year to have speed as well. I know I have had upgraded teams for War and CC. Didn't like it, but made a difference. Yeah, but now the amount of teams we have, it's so small that, for example, for Alliance Wars, you don't have 10 teams to put on defense and on offense with the new stats. And that's a big problem. You don't have enough teams to put on defense and on offense in Alliance Wars. Since I have started, only reason I wanted to play was Cosmic Crucible, was watching people with 100 million TCP on me and overpowered absolutely shits on my entire roster. It's gross. Yeah. So any player that is catching up mid game to end game gets crushed. There is a new video. Yeah. So we are going to get red stars for Quasar. I like the idea. The idea of forcing us to play the Scourges multiple times. I don't have anything against that. That's great for me as a content creator. Forcing people to do the Quasar event multiple times, that's great for me as a content creator. For me, that's fine. But what about overpowered? The red stars don't matter if you already have overpowered and this guy at gear tier 20. You know, they wanted to do Winter Guard. Yeah, I don't know. I still think they are triggered from Morbius. It all started with the Morbius situation, right? They want us to vote, but they don't want to accept the votes. Justin, is it bad that I think power creep in game and stat squishing would be better than overpowered? But this is what I said. Like power creep, if you have power creep of 10%, it's not bad. I think that's fine. But they wanted stats reset where you got 300%. We're not talking about a power creep of 10% or 20%. The gear tiers is a 25% power creep. And that's fine. That's fine. But we are talking about 300% power creep. Like, bro, 300% power creep. Plus overpowered. Plus overpowered on top of that. If I had a billion, maybe, yeah. Compete in MSF, but not against their wife's boyfriend. Nothing wins nowadays, yeah. Link, what's up, Link? Welcome back. I think the biggest problem in the game is that there is no consistent growth. It's gear and tunes and wait and wait. I agree, Link. That's why I started playing something else. Started with Morbius and Sauron was the last straw. Yeah, that was surprising as well. That I was surprised that no one voted for Sauron. Is Sauron not like you vote for the panda but you don't vote for the dinosaur? That was already weird. But maybe Sauron will come on a Savage Land team. Savage Land with Rogue. Can you imagine Savage Land Rogue? With a Rogue rework with a new outfit, if you know what I mean. Savage Land Rogue would be definitely interesting. If you don't know what I mean with Savage Land Rogue, Savage Land Rogue, Savage Land Magneto. Oh, that would be a cool team. Savage Land Rogue, Savage Land Magneto. What was the what's the name of this guy? Kazar, Kazar or something. So Magneto, Rogue, rework, Kazar, Sauron, and someone else. Yeah, that would be a solid team. Look at this one, Savage Land Rogue. Don't you like dinosaurs? I'm honestly surprised no one voted for Sauron, but I would be okay. Once again, I would be okay with a Savage Land team with Magneto and Rogue. As long as they bring some skins, right? We need more skins. Azazel is still famous because he's still Nightcrawler's father. A lot of people say that they knew Azazel from the movie. I guess, yes, that's true. One of the Fox movies had Azazel. You wanted the girl? I still think we are gonna get the girl. I still think we're gonna get the girl. I think it was the top two characters. Valley Flying said in the video he made about the voting, he said it was the top two characters. So Selena and Azazel. I think that will be the case. I hope that will be the case. Azazel isn't Nightcrawler's dad anymore. It's yeah, sure. Anything that came to the comics after 2010 or 2005 shouldn't be considered real. Sauron was never in the Hellfire Club. Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm not sure if it's true or not. Maybe it's like some recent thing. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it's not there. The only two places we see it's MSF, right? Are these the members? Emma Frost, Ariel Leland, Teresa, Donald Pierce, Selena, Sebastian Shaw. I wonder how they're gonna make the designs of these guys. I mean, if they will not bring Selena, they'll bring Madeline Pryor for sure, right? That's almost guaranteed. Azazel is the Mephisto from Temu. Yeah. Mephisto from Temu, that's a good one. No other invoice said it was the top two. Okay, so the situation it was not very clear. So okay, I'm gonna explain. All the envoys except Valley Flying, they released their video very early. And Valley Flying, he released his video like several hours after. So maybe he had more information than the other guys had. So what you're saying is true. No other envoy mentioned these, but the envoys, they released their video way too early. And Valley Flying, he released his video like 6 hours later, if I remember correctly. And he was the only one that mentioned that, but again, he was the only one that made the video after after a while. So I hope that will be the case, but we'll see. And for voting, like we also had this voting with multiple characters coming to the game, right? With Hyperion and Songbird, they were on the same voting. So I hope it will be Celine and Azazel. Anything after 2015 is non-canon. Will they charge tariffs for Azazel? That's a good question. Have you seen the preview for Alien Earth? Alien, I don't know. What are you talking about? What is that? Ooh, television series. Wow. Okay. I'm a big Alien fan. I watched the first three. I watched the first two probably 50 times. The third one is not my favorite. I like it, but it's not my favorite. I prefer Alien 4 to Alien 3. But I'm a big Alien fan. I really didn't like this new one. But okay, I'm interested. On Hulu? Is Hulu owned by is Hulu owned by a Disney or not really? Because they have all the Alien movies on Disney Plus. Hulu is an American subscription streaming media service owned by Disney. Okay, so there you go. That's what I thought. If Hulu is owned by Disney, why did they create Disney Plus? Yeah, it makes no sense. So now you have to do you need to have two streaming services for this. I'm interested on that. I'm interested on that. I'm a big Alien fan, so I would like to see it, even if I'm not going to enjoy it like the last movie. I think that Alien Romulus was kind of mid. We'll see. Okay, coming soon. When is the girl coming? When is the new girl coming? Is it tomorrow or when it is? Where is she? Not like I'm going to buy her, but have you watched Form yet? From? I'm not sure what that is. I have not watched anything recently. Overpowered updates. Thunderbolt Showcase. Victoria End, May 1st. Oh, so it's tomorrow. Okay. So I'm gonna go sleep, and we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see what's up. We'll talk about the Rise Away. I have no idea about her kit. I'm gonna be very very honest. I didn't read any of the kits for this new team, so we can do that tomorrow. Did I see the screenshots? No, I did not see the screenshots yet. What is this? It's like to join our alliance. That's why you're sending in the screenshots. Okay. I will send you a message a little bit later. For what I see so far, it's fine. Like, as long as you are doing the normal raids, it's fine. We're not asking anything crazy. Okay, guys, that's gonna be it for today. Enjoy your overpowered as much as you can, and yeah, let's wait and see. The only thing I can tell is don't spend money on MSF. Just go with the flow and don't get frustrated about it. If something is going wrong with your Cosmic Crucible or Alliance Wars, just close the game for a while and come back later. It's the best you can do is just go full casual. There is no reason to stress out over anything. Anyway, guys, wish you guys a good night, and I see you guys tomorrow.